Hello, welcome to LMU Tri-State News. I'm Ashley Hurley. Thank you for joining us for another edition of local and campus news, sports, and entertainment. Let's get this week started with some top stories. 4 fire departments responded to a house fire Sunday night, but the home was a total loss. It was just after 6:30 when a home on Harbor Road went up in flames. According to neighbors, calls were made to Claiborne E911 at approximately 7 o'clock. It was approximately 7 o'clock when a fire truck arrived on the scene. There was no one inside the home when the home caught fire. The homeowner, Lee Jones, owner of the Oasis, arrived shortly after the first fire truck and watched as firefighters worked to save his home. 3 other departments arrived to assist, and by 8 o'clock, the fire was contained and under control, but an hour later, embers spread into the wooded area around the home. Embers and smoke could still be seen from the area Monday morning. There were no injuries reported, and according to fire officials on scene, an investigation into the cause of the fire is ongoing. There were no injuries in a one-engine, single-passenger plane crash Sunday morning. Officials state that the Claiborne County E911 received a report that the plane crashed near Wood Lake Golf Course at approximately 10:30. Emergency responders found the aircraft had not made it into the air yet at the New Tazewell Municipal Airport. The wreckage of the experimental aircraft was located near the edge of a 30-foot embankment. The pilot, Gregory Von Stone of Jonesboro, Tennessee, was not injured and was found at the airport hangar. Investigators contacted the FAA, who assisted in the investigation with the agencies from Claiborne County. A former Claiborne County Sheriff's Office investigator was sentenced in Claiborne County Criminal Court. 41-year-old Bobby Morlock appeared in criminal court last week on the charge of 1 count of official misconduct and theft. Morlock is sentenced to 1 year unsupervised probation and must pay $1,125 to the Claiborne County Sheriff's Office and $250 in court costs each month. Morlock is a former state trooper whose tenure with the Claiborne County Sheriff's Office began after his termination with the Tennessee Highway Patrol. With the sentencing, he will forfeit his Peace Officer Standard training certification. The charge was reduced to 1 count of official misconduct. The man and woman accused in a November 2011 death of an impaired adult have pled guilty. 45-year-old Sharon Smith and 35-year-old Johnny Rhodes entered guilty pleas in Claiborne County Criminal Court. Smith received a 25-year sentence while Rhodes received a 10-year sentence. The two were arrested in 2012 and charged with first-degree murder and physical abuse of an impaired adult. The couple had a power of attorney over 63-year-old Arvil Rhodes, who died on November 22, 2011. An investigation was launched. The report stated that he died of dehydration and starvation. The two were indicted by a Claiborne County grand jury in July of 2012. A former Middlesboro City employee is facing forgery charges. 31-year-old Carrie Gambrill is indicted after the case was presented in front of a grand jury. She was indicted on 11 counts of first-degree criminal possession of forged checks and 8 counts of theft. According to a press release, the investigation launched when a family member filed a complaint that she had taken several checks. Those checks were written and payable to her, and the signature of the account holder was forged. The alleged forged checks ranged in amounts from $100 to $350 and took place between February and July 2013. 37 individuals faced criminal charges after their arrest Friday by the Lee County Sheriff's Office. A 12-month investigation resulted in the charges that were presented to a Lee County grand jury during last week. According to reports, this is only the first round of indictments. In a statement from Lee County Sheriff Gary Parsons, drug abuse continues to be one of the major problems facing the area. Several agencies work together on the roundup, and many investigations remain ongoing. Now stay tuned, because after the break, we are going to take a look at the always growing animal population. Stay right here.
Looking for efficient, compassionate, and comprehensive health care for you and your family? Visit University Medical Clinic. All providers are faculty members of LMU's DeBusk College of Osteopathic Medicine and are board certified in their specialty. Multiple specialties available including family medicine, pediatrics, OBGYN, and osteopathic manipulative medicine, with locations in Harrogate, Tazewell, and New Tazewell, and most insurance plans accepted. University Medical Clinic is here to serve you. Call 423-869-7193 for an appointment. University Medical Clinic. When you're traveling throughout the Tri-States, stay smart at Holiday Inn Express of Middlesboro. With nearly 60 rooms to choose from, fitness center, full complimentary hot breakfast bar, and seasonal pool, Holiday Inn Express of Middlesboro is all about catering to your travel needs. Our rooms are all equipped with flat screen TV, refrigerator, microwave, and we're conveniently located just seconds from the area's attractions. When you're on the road, stay smart at Holiday Inn Express, located on the Cumberland Gap Parkway, Middlesboro. Make reservations today by calling 606-248-6860.
I will help families adopt children from around the world and in our own backyard.
I am teaching ethics to the next generation of lawyers.
I will make a difference for the underserved of this region.
I will be an advocate for my clients.
As a prosecutor, I fought for those who couldn't speak for themselves.
I'm a lawyer and professor.
I will be a lawyer.
I will be a lawyer.
I will be a lawyer.
If you love your car or truck, let us help you keep it clean at Soapy J. Soapy J's has unlimited wash plans to fit every budget. Try our $5 express wash or one of our 3 monthly wash plans. The Wheel Deal, the Soapy J, or the new Blast Wax. With our monthly wash plans, if you pay with credit card, all you do is pay for the present month and your card will be billed on the first of each month. Don't forget, Soapy J's has free vacuums with any wash. Soapy J's Express Car Wash, open 7 days a week. Let us help keep your car or truck clean at Soapy J. Soapy J's on the Cumberland Gap Parkway, Middlesboro.
The Lincoln Memorial University Organic Gardening Project received $1,000 in grant money from the National Gardening Association. The money is to build a new community garden to promote health, nutrition, and environmental stewardship, and of course, gardening. 20 school and youth-based programs were selected to receive the grant through a program used to help develop and plant food gardens. The organic garden is currently being developed at the Pace Farm by community volunteers. Last Wednesday, on March 5th, Ash Wednesday was observed, marking the beginning of Lent. Lent is the 40-day season of fasting and is considered to be preparation for the celebration of Easter. Personal vows of abstinence are made during Lent that can include giving up candy, meat, not gossiping, and being less selfish. For others, it can include volunteer work and social justice. The time is expected to spend more time in prayer and reflection and is considered an opportunity for spiritual transformation. Before Ash Wednesday, Mardi Gras or Fat Tuesday is celebrated, and there was some celebrating right here on campus. Mardi Gras centers on the last night of eating richer, fatty foods before the ritual fasting of Lent begins. Tuesday night in the cafeteria at the Student Center, students were given the opportunity to celebrate. They were given masks, beads, and all the good, fatty, and healthy foods they could wish for. Spring is just around the corner, and there has been an increase in population here on campus. But it's not the human population that has grown. It is the four-legged population that has grown. It's the cows. Last week, I caught up with Justin Garrett, cattle manager for Lincoln Memorial University. He shared just how many new babies are on campus and how many more to expect. He also fills us in on a few more interesting facts of his job, like that deer that everyone sees living with the cows.
Here around 12 o'clock lunchtime, and I go through every herd, check everything for calves, new calves, check everything out, make sure nothing's down or sick or anything like that, nothing's having a bad or hard time, and then I will go through the process of feeding each group and then checking them once more before I leave out of here. Winter itself was real hard on the cattle. The cold wasn't necessarily as bad as we thought it was going to be on the cattle. Usually your damp temperatures and your damp moisture and air, mud and all that's a lot worse on your cattle, but it was a lot more to take care of as far as the water supply and everything, make sure they had plenty of water. We was down here 2 to 3 times a day checking on them, making sure everything was all right. Luckily everything pretty much made it through the cold weather. I'm down here every day, so we know a time frame of from the time that they're bred to when they're supposed to calve. And then from that point on, I'm here every day, sometimes twice a day, but very seldom. You just check every cow, just look for them. You count your cows in each group, look for them, and just kind of watch. And usually, luckily here everything has calved naturally. If they have a problem when we find them, we've got a cattle manager up on our other farms who's a little bit more advanced in that medical field as far as pulling and all that, and he usually does a lot of our pulling. And if it gets beyond his reach, we'll call a vet or take them to a vet. This deer that has been here in this group has been here, as far as I know, roughly for 5 years. It stays with this one group. We've got 3 groups here now, roughly in and out, 2 different groups of cattle. I have never known this deer to wander off into another group. This deer stays with this one group of cattle and never leaves it. She will eat with it, she will eat grain, hay with it, she never leaves it.
Last week, we gave you a preview of those cute puppies, dogs, and kitties at the Claiborne Animal Shelter. Volunteer Peggy Hoffroggy gives us a look and explains the processes that go into getting these cute fur babies prepared to go to their forever homes.
Well, we are in the process now of getting certified in SAFER, which is a behavior test that we've been doing on the dogs, which is fabulous because it's taking food away from them gently, petting them when they're eating, seeing how they interact with other animals, other people, children as well. And I think it's going to be, we're in the process of getting certified for that, a couple of the staff here. And I think it's really going to be a selling point because people will basically know what they're getting. And when people bring their dogs in, the ones who do give them up, surrender them, we try to get as much information as we can about the dog. Because it's better for the dog when he's here, and it's also better when we are in the process of trying to find another home for him. We don't get very much funding from the city or the county, and it's basically on donations from very generous people who are huge animal lovers. We have our blocks outside that we're stacking up, and they sell those for, there's a $100 donation, and then you can have it inscribed the way you prefer. And it's really kind of a cool way to give to the shelter. We have lots of generous people. They bring us the sheets and the comforters and the blankets because we go through a lot of those in the wintertime trying to keep our dogs warm. And we are very lucky. We have people that donate our firewood to warm the shelter. Everybody's so giving here. It's really a great thing. I don't know what we do without them, because without our volunteers, we have like 6 or 8 people that are pretty consistent about coming. We also offer transports. We transport to help get the dogs to where they need to be. We send a lot of our puppies up to a really nice facility in Cleveland where they're adopted, where if they stayed here, they probably wouldn't get adopted. So it's a real success story for all these cute little puppies around here that we have. So we offer spay neuter usually on Thursdays, and it's low cost, and we also offer the rabies shot, and we also have a grooming service here that comes in, and what she does is she gives a portion of her proceeds to our shelter, and she does a fabulous job, and is here 3 or 4 days a week to groom for us. These are made by the girls that come in the morning and do all the cleaning. They've just started it, and they're called Quilts by Southern Girls for Second Chance. And from what I understand, they're going to be displayed at Carla's Cafe, and they'll be selling them there. And the proceeds goes to, it takes $10 to transport a puppy. So the proceeds will go to transporting our puppies and keep it, because it takes a lot of money to get them ready with their shots and everything and health certificates, and then send them up there. So we're not making any money at all. We're just saving lots of lives. But the quilts are really nice, and the fabric came from a generous donation from England. So the girls are, every time they make one, they're getting better, and they're so pretty. So hopefully we can generate some funds that way. We always need bleach, paper towels. Purina puppy chow is what we feed all of our dogs. Most of them come in a little bit malnourished, so the nutrition in the puppy chow is good for all of them. We're always in need of that. Cat litter, the towels, quilts or comforters, that sort of thing. Any kind of cleaning, we use, laundry powder, and we've got the HD machines. So, and but basically, that kennels, wire kennels that they no longer use are a huge help.
Now, since we have been talking about animals, how about we talk about tips for taking care of those animals that we have at home? Here is a vet tip. Vet Tech student Chelsea Barnes-Walker with a vet tip for the week.
Hello, I am Chelsea Barnes-Walker. I am a veterinary technology student here at LMU, and today I have Whistler with me, and we're going to share some pet tips for the near and upcoming spring. Just like people, animals can also develop allergies, especially to pollen. What you'll notice is that they will constantly scratch. They can develop ear infections and also secondary skin infections. The tell sign that you'll see with your pets is that they'll excessively lick and chew at their paws. So if you have a dog that's of a lighter color and not black like Whistler, you'll see that their paws are turning different colors. And so this is when you need to consult with your veterinarian on the best plan of action on what meds and other treatments there are available to help your pets cope with this weather. Alright, so also with springtime and pollen, you'll also notice bees. Bees and other insects like wasps, hornets, yellow jackets will be around this time, and dogs and cats with their playful, curious natures will tend to bite and paw at them. This will cause your pets to get stung, and what you'll notice that they'll have the same reactions just like humans. They'll have facial swelling, they'll start finding it difficult to breathe, they'll develop hives, they'll have pain, of course, at the site, and also they will eventually collapse. So what you need to do is to remain calm. If you can find the stinger, is to take a credit card or anything of that nature and flick the stinger out. Do not use your fingers to squeeze it out. You inject more venom inside than there needs to be. So as soon as you do that, seek your veterinarian as soon as possible so that they can put them on meds and fluids so that they can decrease the symptoms, since there is no cure for bee venom. Thank you.
Coming up after the break, Adam Plyler brings you your sports update with a preview of what you can expect this week.
Whether traveling for business or pleasure, Sleep Inn and Suites of Middlesboro, Kentucky invites you to dream better here. Located at the foothills of the Cumberland Gap, Sleep Inn and Suites offers luxurious rooms equipped with microwave fridge combo, desk, ergonomic chair, wireless internet, and 32-inch flat-screen TV. While staying with us, visit our fitness center, wake up to our complimentary hot breakfast bar, or have a bedtime snack with our fresh-baked cookies. Sleep Inn and Suites, located off Highway 25E, Middlesboro.
The J. Frank White Academy is more than a high school. Your child will have room to grow in mind, body, and spirit. Small, safe learning environments, individualized learning plans, and cutting-edge technology. Every child deserves a quality education in a safe, nurturing environment.
Our college prep program teaches a love of learning, self-discipline, and service to others. The Academy is fully accredited by Advanced Ed. You have a choice at the J. Frank White Academy.
Welcome to LMU Tri-State Sports. I'm Adam Plyler. After a win on Wednesday, March 5th in Tex Turner Arena for the quarterfinal round of the Food Lion South Atlantic Conference Tournament against Wingate University, the 13th ranked and top-seeded LMU Rail Splitters were posed to win their 5th title in a Josh Schertz era. Timmons Arena on the campus of Furman University in Greenville, South Carolina was full of energy Saturday afternoon as the Rail Splitters took on 5th-seeded Newberry College and handled the Wolves 97-76 to advance the championship Sunday. The opponent waiting, Anderson University, who used 76 combined points from Chandler Hash and C.J. Gleaton to move past Coker College and advance to the SAC final by a score of 100-89. The Rail Splitters found themselves down by 10 early in the first half. The Rail Splitters then used a 23-2 run Sunday, which used 7 minutes of the game clock that put LMU up by 11. Anderson trimmed the lead to 3 at the halftime buzzer, which LMU led 35-32 at the half. Anderson led only one other time in the contest as LMU used a 19-6 run to take a double-digit lead. Despite staggering efforts by Chandler Hash, who scored 32 points, the Rail Splitters' height advantage and rebounding efforts proved to be too much as LMU won the Food Lion South Atlantic Conference Tournament title 76-71. We caught up with head coach Josh Schertz after the game to talk about the weekend's games.
Well, I think, when you look at it, with two good teams hooking up, basketball generally is a game of runs. They came out early and really punched in the mouth. Went on, I think, a 17-2 run to get up 17-7. We were really struggling to attack them, and they were doing a great job on their end, offensively getting shots. Thought we played lights out there for a stretch, got the lead to 11. But with Anderson, they're not going to go away. It's one of those deals. It's like I told our guys in the second half, they came out and got up, and then I think it was basically tied going into the first media timeout. And I just told them, I said, hey, we're not going anywhere. Like, this is a heavyweight fight. We're just going to keep punching, keep coming at them. Each media timeout's a round. Let's just hang in there because it's going to go down to the last round. Ultimately, the key to the game was the rebounding differential, 42-23. We created so many extra opportunities for ourselves and did a great job of limiting them to one opportunity on their end. But that's an excellent team. And
the brackets are revealed, and LMU will be traveling this weekend as the 2 seed in the NCAA Southeast region to play 7th seeded and rival Carson-Newman University in first-round action Saturday afternoon. The Rose Splitters are riding a 10-game winning streak heading into their 4th consecutive NCAA Division II tournament. Schertz says beating the 7th-seeded Eagles is no easy task.
You're right on in terms of Carson-Newman's going to do what they do. They've played zone all year long. They play 40 minutes of it. They do a great job of really packing it in and making us make shots. And, I think, both games, we've scored 77. We scored 77 in Jeff City. We scored 77 at Harrogate. The difference in Harrogate was we held them to 60. We guarded them. And so we got to make shots against that zone. Certainly they're going to pack it in. It's going to be important that our shooters, guys like Luquan Choice, guys like Tim Pierce, guys like Chance Jones, Curtis Webb, those guys got to step up and make open threes. And that's always, I always say, the best zone offense is one where you make shots.
The quarterfinal round between LMU and Carson-Newman tips off at 2 p.m. this Saturday. The Lady Rose Splitters ended their season Wednesday, March 5th in the quarterfinals of the Food Lions South Atlantic Conference in a home loss to Anderson University 71-64 in overtime. LMU trailed by as many as 18 in the contest and came back to push overtime late in the second half at 62 apiece. Anderson won on a 9-0 run while the Rose Splitters only made one shot attempt in the final 1 minute and 30 seconds to end the season. LMU finished with a season record of 16-11 while finishing 3rd in the conference standings, earning a home game for the quarterfinal round of the conference tournament. This is the first time that the women have hosted a tournament game since joining the South Atlantic Conference. Now let's look at scores from the weekend in LMU athletics. The LMU baseball team did something it's never done before, win a series against Catawba College. LMU won Friday's game 13-12 and split the doubleheader Saturday, winning game 1 8-5 and losing game 2 8-1. The Rose Splitters improved to 14-6-1 on the season while moving to 10-4 in conference play. LMU hits the road Tuesday for a doubleheader against Bellarmine University in non-conference action. The Lady Rose Splitter softball team earned a comeback win on Sunday over Nova Southwestern 5-4 during non-conference action in St. Leo, Florida. Coach Layden's squad improves to 14-7 on the year. The LMU men's golf team won its 4th consecutive event hosted at Link Hills Country Club in Greenville, Tennessee, as the Rose Splitters combined for a 2-day total of 575, winning the Tusculum Invitational by 2 strokes. LMU returns to action March 17th in the opening round of the Pinehurst Challenge at the National Golf Club in Pinehurst, North Carolina. That's all for sports. Stay tuned after the break. Tiffany Duncan will bring you your entertainment report. That's when you come back on LMU Tri-State News.
I will help families adopt children from around the world and in our own backyard.
I am teaching ethics to the next generation of lawyers.
I will make a difference for the underserved of this region.
I will be an advocate for my clients.
As a prosecutor, I fought for those who couldn't speak for themselves.
I'm a lawyer and professor.
I will be a lawyer.
I will be a lawyer.
I will be a lawyer.
Let's get started with your useless trivia question for this week. What artist appeared on the first cover of Rolling Stone magazine, which debuted on November 9th, 1967? The answer will be revealed at the end of the segment. Moving on to what's going on in entertainment. Going from one award show to the next, MTV has released who will host the 2014 MTV Movie Awards. Conan O'Brien. Conan made the announcement on his TBS talk show Conan, and here's what he had to say about all the other award shows compared to this one.
But if you ask me, they're all garbage! Garbage! It's garbage! There's only one award in the world that truly matters. I'm talking, of course, about the MTV Movie Award.
This is the first time Conan has hosted the MTV Movie Awards. The awards will take place at the Nokia Theater, LA, live in Los Angeles, California on April 13th. The host of MTV Movie Awards wasn't the only thing MTV announced this week. The nominees were released on Thursday, March 6th. You will hear American Hustle and The Wolf of Wall Street a lot on April 13th. They're leading the race with 8 nominations. You can expect some off-the-wall categories as well, like Best Shirtless Performance. Nominees for that category are Zac Efron, Chris Hemsworth, Leonardo DiCaprio, Sam Claflin, and not to be outdone by the guys, Jennifer Aniston. Voting has started and will end on April 12th. Visit our Facebook page, LMU-TV, for a direct link to vote. Dancing with the Stars announced their season 18 lineup this past week on Good Morning America. The list is full of actors, athletes, and musicians, including actress Candace Cameron Bure, known for her role as DJ Tanner from Full House, comedian Drew Carey, musician Cody Simpson, and more. Tom Bergeron will continue to host the show, but he is picking up a new sidekick. Fox Sports reporter Aaron Andrews will take the place of Brooke Burke-Charvet. According to Huffington Post, the show is adding a new twist to the competition. Celebrities and their dance partners may be switched around throughout the season. The switch-up, as they're calling it, will be up to the discretion of the viewers in votes. Find out who rules the ballroom this fall. Now, let's see what's making its way to theaters this week. A movie straight from a popular TV show in 2004 is coming your way. Kristen Bell returns as Veronica Mars. Some familiar faces from the TV series will appear in the film. Jason Dohring as Logan Eccles and Enrico Colantoni, who plays Keith Mars, Veronica's father. After a long time forgetting her past, Veronica Mars finds herself back in her hometown of Neptune, California. Veronica gets a call from her ex-boyfriend Logan, who is accused of murder and in need of just a little help. Veronica Mars will be serving up some murder mystery on March 14th. Do you have the need? The need for speed? Well, Breaking Bad's Aaron Paul plays Toby Marshall in the new movie Need for Speed. Toby, fresh from prison and a former streetcar racer, joins in a race across country to seek revenge against his former business partner who framed him for a crime he did not commit. Watch Need for Speed on March 14th. If you don't feel like a movie this week, there are other options for you. Middlesboro Little Theater has a performance coming up. Get ready to see Odd Couple, the female version. Sonia Rackman brings to life the Florence Unger, a neat freak who moves in with a messy sports writer. Olive Madison, played by Bonnie Banks. Olive enjoys life to the fullest while Florence is never happy and must always point out flaws. Will they be able to make this new living arrangement work? Find out on March 19th through the 23rd at Central Auditorium in Middlesboro, Kentucky. The Appalachian Ballet is performing Peter Pan at the Ronald and Linda Nutt Theater in Maryville, Tennessee. Enjoy the traditional story and with all the loved characters on March 14th and 15th. See ClaytonArtsCenter.com for tickets and more information. Knoxville's native band Gran Torino reunites for one time only on March 15th. The funk rock combo will be performing at the 2014 Bijou Jubilee for their annual celebration. For tickets and more information, visit knoxbijou.com. Now, it's time to uncover the answer to this week's useless trivia question. Beatle John Lennon appeared on the first cover of Rolling Stone magazine in a picture from the film How I Won the War. a movie he starred in. The magazine debuted on November 9th, 1967. Keeping you up to date on what's going on in the world of entertainment, I'm Tiffany Duncan.
And that is going to do it this week for LMU Tri-State News. Thank you for joining us, and for everyone behind the scenes, I'm Ashley Hurley.